Front and Center. Front and Center. A focus on important and significant developments affecting the lives of Filipinos, not only in the Philippines, but also those living and working around the world. Join us in Front and Center. Front and Center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day, welcome to Front and Center, where we focus on developments in the Philippines, legislation that provides policies and directions that strives to promote a better economy for the country, issues that concern the welfare and well-being of every Filipino. All of these and more will be Front and Center. You can watch this program live on our Facebook page, that's Radyo Pilipinas World Service, and you can also hear us live on our audio streaming at Evox PBS receiver app. So join us for another edition of Front and Center with your host, Jerome Toledo.
You have just heard and watched Front and Center. Front and Center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
All right, government reshuffle continues. So that's in line with the order of the President Marcos Jr. to review the performance of the cabinet secretaries as well as high-ranking government officials, because the Marcos Jr. administration Marcos Jr. administration continues to announce the fate of cabinet officials in its ongoing performance review, as they quote it. From last time, Marcos administration retained its economic managers, so they are Secretaries Amena Pangandaman of the Budget and Management, Secretary Cristina Roque of the Trade and Industry Department, and Secretary Ralph Recto of Finance Department, as well as the Secretary of the newly created Department of Economy Planning and Development, that's Arsenio Balisacan. And also retained on the Marcos Jr. cabinet is the presidential assistant special assistant to the president for investment and economic affairs, that's Secretary Frederick Go. And talking about the reshuffle, seasoned lawyer and academic Dean of the UP College of Law, that's in the name of Darlene Marie Berberabe, will take over as the new Solicitor General. Yesterday morning, Berberabe, the current Dean of the University of the Philippines College of Law, took her oath before President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. in Malacanang Thursday morning. And Berberabe will replace Minardo Guevara, who previously served as Justice Secretary under the Duterte administration. So Berberabe, for those who don't know, her experience in the government service, also served as Chief Executive Officer of the Pag-ibig Fund under the Aquino administration, or the Benigno Aquino or the third administration. The office of the Solicitor General acts as the law firm for the government, handling legal matters on its behalf, its agencies and officials. So that includes representing in the Supreme Court, as well as Court of Appeals and other courts. So meanwhile, Engineer Jose Ramon Aliling took his oath as the new Secretary of the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development, or DHSUD, succeeding Secretary Jose Rizalino Jerry Acuzar, who has been designated as Presidential Advisor for Pasig River Development. Secretary Aliling is not new to the department, as he previously served as Undersecretary. Also, in yesterday's briefing, Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin announced that President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has accepted the courtesy resignation of a Commission on Higher Education Chairperson Prospero de Vera III. De Vera will be replaced by CHED Commissioner Shirley Agrupis, a former president of the Mariano Marcos State University in Ilocos Norte. And as soon as Prospero or Secretary Prospero de Vera of the CHED receives the announcement of the of the President Marcos Jr.'s acceptance on his courtesy resignation. He thanked the president, and he also thanked the Filipino people because he served his post in the name of the Filipino people. And also, on that same press briefing that was conducted yesterday in Malacanang, Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla, as well as local government Secretary John Vic Remulla, so that's the two Remullas, and the Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. will retain their positions in the Marcos Jr. administration's cabinet. And Marcos opted to keep the trio in their current positions to ensure the continued smooth operation of their respective departments. So, not to mention that the Executive Secretary, Lucas Bersamin, who presided the press briefing yesterday, also retained his position as the alter ego, or as they call it, the little president of the government. So, Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin will continue to serve his position as the Executive Secretary. So that major cabinet shake-up continues to enable the government to improve government services to address the immediate and day-to-day needs of Filipinos following Marcos' directive for a broader push to enhance government efficiency and responsiveness. So that's in line with the Marcos Jr. statement after some of or most of the Alliance senatorial candidates lost the election last May.
Front and center. Front and center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
All right, the ongoing rigorous performance review will also cover senior government officials. That's what Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin said on a press briefing yesterday. And Bersamin said Marcos Jr.'s directive is to evaluate government performance not only at the cabinet level but across the entire bureaucracy. So if we can recall, Marcos or the GOCC or the GCG orders the courtesy resignation of all officials of the government-owned and controlled corporations. So that's in line with the President Marcos Jr.'s order to for officials of the government to file their resignations. And also, he said that the president wants to go deeper into the government agency systems and quality of public service being delivered on the ground. So, as part of the performance review, the heads of government and owned and controlled corporations were also directed to submit their courtesy resignations. Bersamin said Marcos would not hesitate to make the necessary changes to keep the government moving forward. So that's what Bersamin and Marcos reiterated. Despite the ongoing shakeup in the cabinet of the Marcos Jr. administration, the operation shall continue so that the so that services of the government will not be impeded. And also, Bersamin lauded those who heeded Marcos' directive to resign from their respective posts amid efforts to recalibrate the government. So Bersamin assured a smooth transition to ensure continuity of services and stability in the government. So that's what he assured once the official resigned and a new official will take over in his or her position.
Front and center. Front and center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Okay, so let's proceed to this development that happened yesterday evening, particularly this repatriation of the expelled Negros Oriental lawmaker Arnulfo Arnie Teves Jr. because he was been sent back to the country yesterday evening after almost 2 years of evading arrest from Philippine authorities. So his return was officially confirmed by President Marcos Jr. in a video message on Thursday evening. And the chief executive said Teves must face the criminal cases that was filed against him. So here's what the chief executive said. Watch.
The former Representative Arnie Teves, is now back in the Philippines. I was first informed of this development by Prime Minister Guzmão during the ASEAN meeting that I just returned from in Kuala Lumpur, and that Timor-Leste was ready to send Teves back to the Philippines. So this would not have happened without the assistance of President Horta and Prime Minister Guzmão of Timor-Leste. They have been working very hard to bring this to a conclusion. As we know, the former Congressman Arnie Teves is facing charges of murder and other crimes related to the ambush killing of the former Governor Degamo. We would like also to assure all our citizens that such lawlessness will not go unpunished, and it is now time for Arnie Teves to face justice.
That was President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. So he welcomed Timor-Leste's decision to repatriate former Representative Teves, as he was first informed of that development by Timor-Leste Prime Minister Sanana Gusmao during the recently concluded 46th Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, where President Marcos Jr. has attended. And also, Teves is facing multiple criminal charges, including the high-profile assassination of former Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo in 2023 and other murder cases in 2019. The Dumaguete Regional Trial Court in 2024 has issued an arrest order against Teves for murder, illegal possession of explosives, illegal possession of firearms, and for violating the Terrorism Financing Prevention and Suppression Act. So currently, former Representative Teves is in the custody of NBI, and he will be facing the trial as soon as possible. So if we can recall, the families of the Degamo, or the camp of Degamo, has expressed joy upon the arrest of Teves. So we will have to watch out for the developments regarding the case of former Representative Arnie Teves.
Front and center. Front and center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
All right, before we continue with our discussions for today and on this program, so Front and Center will be right back.
Pininisinta ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. ang dalawang bagong batas na kanyang nilagdaan. At una na rito ang pagiging ganap na kagawaran ng NEDA na tatawagin na bilang Department of Economy, Planning and Development o DepDev.
Sa ilalim ng DepDev, mas madali na rin matutukoy kung aling proyekto ang dapat palawakin, alin ang kailangan ayusin, at alin naman ang dapat nang itigil para mas maging kapaki-pakinabang para sa mga Pilipino. Kaya naman, may iwasan na natin ang nasasayang na pondo, panahon at pagkakataon sa paglilingkod.
Para mas palakasin pa ang paghahanda laban sa mga sakuna, ay inilahad naman ng Pangulo ang PhilVox Modernization Act.
Sa ilalim ng PhilVox Modernization Act, mas mapapabilis ang paghahatid ng sapat at napapanahong impormasyon na makakatulong sa ating pagharap sa kalamidad. Sa ilalim ng PhilVox Modernization Act, tataasan natin ang taunang pondo ng ahensya sa loob ng 5 taon upang makabili sila ng mas modernong kagamitan at makakapagpagawa ng mas makabagong pasilidad.
Para sa iba pang mga balita at impormasyon, manatiling nakatuto. Tapat sa pag-uulat. Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko, 738.
Para sa kanyang pagpunta sa Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia para sa 46th ASEAN Summit ay pinangunahan ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. ang 16th BIMP-IAGA Summit para markahan ang ika-8 taon ng pagtutulungan para sa pag-unlad ng Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia at Pilipinas.
Our joint initiatives in connectivity, trade and investment facilitation, food and energy security, ecotourism, and green development have advanced significantly, reinforcing our commitment to narrowing the development gap in our sub-region.
Binigyan din ng Pangulo na dapat ay pagpatuloy ang kooperasyon at mas palakasin pa ang pagkakaisa para sa mas matatag na hinaharap.
The path ahead calls for even greater synergy, innovation, and political will. I am confident that through our cooperation, we will continue to transform these aspirations that we have held into lasting impact for our peoples.
Para sa iba pang mga balita at impormasyon, manatiling nakatuto. Tapat sa pag-uulat. Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko, 738.
Paliwanag mo sa tao na hindi totoo yan.
Dahil ang totoo, yung totoo ang dapat ninyong malaman.
Nagkalat sa internet ang fake news
Ang
o
ginagawa
mali
ng
at
fake news, tinatapon niya yung tao.
what they are doing is creating panic.
We say no.
Yung pagkalat ng fake news. And some of it's dangerous.
Sana iwasan po natin pagsispread ng fake news.
At di magpapakalat ng disinformation at misinformation ang kasulukuyang administrasyon.
Stop telling us fake news because you're wrong.
Para sa totoo at mapagkakatiwala ang mga balita at impormasyon, Radyo Pilipinas.
Front and center. Front and center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Welcome back to Front and Center here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. So President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has picked the head of the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, director, that's a Police Major General Nicolas Torre III, to be the next chief of the Philippine National Police. Yesterday, in the press briefing in Malacanang, Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin announced that he was the president's choice to overtake or succeed the position of the outgoing PNP chief. That's current Police General Romel Francisco Marbil. So the turnover of command will take place on June 2nd. That's according to Bersamin. So meanwhile, Torre III will replace outgoing PNP Chief General Romel Marbil, who is set to retire on June 7. So a member of the Philippine National Police Academy, Patupad class of 1993. Torre III also served as the director of the Quezon City Police District and the Davao Regional Police Office, where he led the successful arrest of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Pastor Apollo Quiboloy after a 16-day extensive police operation. So, as well as he led the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte, and he's turned over to the International Criminal Court or ICC in The Hague, Netherlands, amid the investigation of the alleged crime against humanity in the country during his during the implementation of his drug war. So also 11 police senior officers, including Public Information Office or PIO Chief Colonel Randolph Tuanyo, were promoted one rank higher, the Philippine National Police said. And that happened in a ceremony held at Camp Crame yesterday. So to give us the details about that, we have on the line the newly promoted Police Brigadier General Randolph Tuanyo, the Chief of the Public Information Office of the Philippine National Police. Police Brigadier General Tuanyo, thank you for joining in the program. Jerome Toledo here po sa Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Sir Jerome, magandang umaga po at sa lahat po ng ating mga taga-subaybay.
Okay. So from being a colonel to Police Brigadier General, so how do you feel kayo po ay na-promote na sa posisyon na yan? So umangat po kayo ng 1 star. So ano po ang inyong naging reaction tungkol dyan sa inyong promosyon?
Apo, Sir Jerome, ito pong promotion ng lahat ng membro po ng Philippine National Police. Ito po yung moment kahit po na magsimula ka sa lieutenant ka o inspector ka, every time, sir, na mapopromote ka, ito yung isa sa pinakamasarap na pakiramdam ng mga miyembro po ng Philippine National Police, Sir Jerome.
Okay. So, upon your promotion po, Police Brigadier General Tuanyo, so ano po yung magiging, yung magiging task nyo? Ano po yung magiging trabaho po ninyo mas bilang pangunahing communicator ng pambansang pulisya?
Sir Jerome, nabanggit nga rin po kahapon nung sa doning po na sinasabi ko nga po na ang promotion is not only an increase in pay and allowances, but it is also an increase in responsibilities. Mas lumaki po kapag tayo po ay napopromote. Sa ngayon, Sir Jerome, may pinaglalaban po, sinusulong namin ni spokesperson Jim Fajardo na mas magkaroon po ng seamless operation PNP, PIO at yung pagiging spokesperson. Mabanggit ko lang po, Sir Jerome, kasi po noong mga nakaraang panahon, ang spokesperson po ay under po sa Directorate for Operation. Ito po ay halos hindi po natin naririnig ng mga nakaraang panahon. Pero lately na lang po sa time ni General Carlos po ng siya PNP na kung saan si General Jean Fajardo po yung ginawa niya spokesperson. First time po na marinig natin na isang spokesperson yung nagsasalita bukod po sa ating Chief ng Public Information Office.
So, kung ganun po, Police Brigadier General, sino po yung mas magiging present po sa pagharap sa mga media at sa publiko?
Ang sinusulong po namin ni General Fajardo na ang tagapagsalita po ng Philippine National Police ay dapat po ang spokesperson. At sinusulong din po namin sa Directorate for Plans na magkaroon po tayo ng assistant spokesperson. At lahat po ng kanilang nasambitin o babanggitin, ito po ay base po sa kutusan po ng ating GPNP. At ang mangyayari po niyan, Sir Jerome, yung PIO po, siya po ang magpo-provide ng lahat ng materials na kinakailangan, halimbawa ng mga data o datos, statistics, at ng mga details po ng mga incidents or mga dapat i-report po sa public. At yung magiging GPI po naman po, ito po ay magiging tagapagsalita po ng Philippine National Police sa mga activities or conferences or meetings outside naman po ng Philippine National Police. Halimbawa, sir, sa Malacanang, sa PCO, sa SILG, DILG, at iba pong activities. So as far as yung pong nais iparating ng GPNP, ang sinusulong po namin dapat po yung spokesperson sa kung saan all other materials and other support staff manggagaling naman po sa PIO.
Okay, so at least nagkaroon po ng distinction sa pagitan ng spokesperson at ang pagiging chief PIO ng PNP, Police Brigadier General Tuanyo. Okay, so dumako naman po tayo dun sa pagpili po kay Police Major General Nicholas Torre III. So magiging Police General na siya by June 2. So ano po ang magiging sistema po ng Philippine National Police under the leadership of Nicholas Torre III?
Bagamat wala pa pong official na guidance po dahil sa Lunes pa lang naman po yung ating pong incoming GPNP General Torre. Initially po sa kanya pong mga meetings po namin kapag po siya ay nandito, kapag may mga press briefing and among other things, ang gusto niya pong palakasin ay tungkol po ng bawat kapulisan ay maging eksperyente po pagdating po sa pagharap po sa korte pag nagpapile po tayo ng kaso. Sinasabi niya po, nung pagpunta siya dito sa office natin, sabi niya, Randy, itong mga pictures ng PCR natin, tumulong tayo sa calamity, national disaster, etc. Madali lang na trabaho yan ng miyembro ng Philippine National Police. Pero kung gusto ko makita na ang mga kapulisan natin ay umaattend sa mga court hearing, nagre-rehearse, nag-aaral, nagre-review kapag ma-attend sila sa mga hearing. At ibig sabihin po, gusto niya talagang matutong umaresto ang ating mga pulis at gawin po yung mga trabaho na kung saan yung mga legal activities po talagang pinag-aaral ng pulis. Yan po ay isa sa nakikita natin na maaaring magitin niya po sa Lunes kapag siya po ay nagsagawa ng command conference po. Okay.
So, bilang paalis na rin po si Police General Romel Francisco Marbil at papalit na nga po si Police Major General Nicholas Torre III. So, ang tanong ko po dito, sir, ano po, susundan po ba or ipagpapatuloy ba ni Major General Torre III ang mga nasimulan po ng kasalukuyang police or PNP chief?
Yan naman po ang hearing ng ating outgoing chief PNP na si Jerome na yung mga institutional changes na nasimula na po ng ating outgoing, hinihiling niya na maaari po ay ituloy po yung mga programa sapagkat nung mga nakaraan po, ang basihan po niyan, kapag nagkaroon po tayo ng bagong chief PNP, nagkakaroon po ng bagong programa at nawawala po ng continuity. Ang maganda lamang po sa darating na ito po sa Lunes kasi po yung pong length na magiging servisyo ng ating pong income is medyo mahaba-haba. 1 year and 9 months po. Ito po yung nabanggit din ng palasyo na magkaroon ng continuity hanggat maaari na medyo hindi pa bago-bago yung ating pong GPNP. Kasi nung mga nakaraan, Sir Jerome, meron po 6 months, 7 months, 8 months at nagpapalit na po tayo. At kapag may umupo po, yung may mga bago pong programa na sinasagawa yung mga umupong GPNP po.
Okay. Panghuling tanong na lang po, Police Brigadier General. So, sa ngayon, hindi naman po natin may tatanggi na may mga pagtaas ng krimen dito sa ating bansa. Hindi lang dito sa Metro Manila, kundi sa Central Luzon, sa kung saang bahagi ng bansa. Ano po ang magiging mandato po ng PNP tungkol sa bagay na ito? Paano po ito tutugunan ng PNP sa liderato ni Nicolas Torre III?
Sir, linawin ko lang po, bagamat binanggit na po ng Pangulo at saka ni SILG po na huwag na rin natin yung pong pag-usapan yung pong ating datos, statistics. Linawin ko lang, sir, hindi po tumaas ang ating crime stat po. Bumaba po siya. Sa nationwide, sir, is 26% ang binaba at sa NCRPO alone ay 26% din po ang ibinaba. Pero ang kautosan nga po ng Pangulo, may mga hinaing po ang ating mga kababayan na gusto nila na mas bumaba yung feeling po na safe po yung mga tao natin sa streets. Kaya nga po na bagamat bumaba yung statistics po natin sa crime rate, ang sabi ng Pangulo, ay intensify natin yung police visibility at i-increase po natin yung mga caps on the blocks po natin na ginagawa naman po noong mga nakaraang panahon, pero ito po ay intensified, recalibrated na kung saan sa MRT, LRT at sa mga streets po natin, pakikita po natin yung ating mga kapulisan at ginagamit na po natin, i-reactivate po natin yung ating po mga civilian volunteers.
Okay, so we hope na maging successful ang tenureship or ang pananatili po kasi uupo na bilang bagong PNP chief itong si Police Major General Nicolas Torre III sa June 2 sa araw ng Lunes. And we hope na maging successful ang mga programa ng PNP sa ating mga kababayan. And with that, thank you Police Brigadier General Randolph Tuaño, the Chief PIO ng Philippine National Police. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, Sir Jerome.
And you just heard the Chief PIO of the Philippine National Police. That's Police Brigadier General Randolph Tuaño. And with that, we conclude this edition of Front and Center here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Together with our production team and technical personnel, this is your host, Jerome Toledo. Until next time, mabuhay, love the Philippines.
You have just heard and watched Front and Center. Front and Center. Join us again for another edition here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Front and Center.
That's in line with the